Find my computer. Start video.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I hope if somebody doesn't log on, we're just going to record this and see if anybody goes back and watches the recording. If I can remember how to upload the link without Randy here. We'll see how my technical skills are. Okay, while we're waiting, oh, stop it. I'm going to send you what we were just talking about. So what is that list called? New team member checklist. I don't know if that's it. Let's see. I think it is. Okay, I opened it twice, but yes, that is it. Anything else you need?
Would you mind printing me a copy?
Do you have my newest welcome letter? Because I redid it. I don't know. Now, I haven't pulled out the last person's total or ID number, so it'll still be in there, but you can edit it out.
Okay.
It's simpler, more concise, and takes them to a great link. So I'm using this. The other one was way too confusing to me.
Okay.
All right, we'll wait about 1 more minute. Are you off on the 8th that you're able to come to the team meeting? A week from tomorrow?
It's a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I usually have to close on Tuesdays. I can take a look at it.
Okay. I'm thinking of doing a sip and sample there.
Okay.
So I have a question mark. And I'm actually thinking of doing a virtual event there. So I was thinking about both of those this morning, but haven't really set them in yet.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're going to do like a 10-second pause. Oops. Where'd you go? So that I know where we're starting from. And actually, where are we at on time? 3 after. Yay, somebody's on. Hey, Rhonda.
Hey, good morning, or I should say afternoon now, right?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
Good. So since you can't see us, I have Jill sitting next to me because she came over this morning to have me take nice body pictures. Hi, Rhonda.
Hey, Jilly. What are you doing?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. So
Yeah, I missed you on these calls.
I know she's off today.
Yay.
Yay. So I was just saying we're going to take a pause pretending to start, that even if somebody hadn't jumped on, I wanted to record today's message because I have something weighing heavy on my heart. Did you see the email I sent you this morning?
I saw it, but I didn't get to open up the attachment.
Okay, because that's what we're going to talk about. So let's do like a 10-second pause and we will restart, and I can trim it from here if I remember how to do that. Okay. Hi, friends. How's everybody doing?
Hi.
Good morning.
So we have Jill actually present with me because she came over that she needed some IsaBody pictures taken, which we're always happy to help with that as well. So she's getting ready to turn in. Which IsaBody challenge is
I'm
this?
starting my 5th.
Yay!
Wow,
so,
yeah.
$12 to $1,000 of free product.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, and then we have Rhonda on the line. And hopefully more of you are watching via the recording. So welcome. Happy Monday. What's the weather like out there, Rhonda?
It's sunny, and I think it's supposed to be 65 today.
Yeah, same here. That it's gorgeous out. We're so excited. So spring has arrived.
Finally.
Yay! So some of you leaders that have been around for a while may have seen that I sent you an email this morning, that I literally have been awake since about 4:00 this morning. And really what's been on my mind and my heart is thinking about, I feel this new wave of momentum coming within our team. And I feel like we had momentum a year or two ago, and then we kind of dipped, and now we're back in an uprise again. And I was really in that, what can we do differently? What have I learned? How can I be a better leader and serve you guys better? And the thing, do you want to take the checklist off the corkboard for me, please? The thing that kept coming to my mind was that I feel I've dropped the ball, especially since Customer First started last March, in really being intentional about flipping people to associate and then really following their crystal deadlines. So last year, after coming off of one of the conferences, and I think it was Celebration, Randy got the idea of making a new member team checklist, which we actually had a different one, and after Customer First, we edited it a little bit. So this is the newer edited version that's about a year old. But it basically helps you as the leader keep track of when people have enrolled, when making sure you've sent them their welcome information, walked them out of their box, talked to them on their first shake day, their first cleanse day, and then also walked them through their auto ship. It also has a segment in there making sure they enter the ISABODY. And then here's where I just kind of dropped the ball. So if you look at my sheet, you'll see it's all really pretty and filled out on this left side. But on the right side, it's blank. And that is the problem. So it really got me thinking, what can I do? What can we do? And, people tend to follow what they see. So if I'm not doing a good job at this, or I'm not doing it right, then that doesn't help you guys learn how to do it right. And so I wrote an apology letter to all of you that I am really sorry if I did not serve you well in coaching you through the crystal map. Like making sure we were looking at your deadlines, coaching you to hit your deadlines, making sure you were educated via Isagenix Business by printing off your crystal map, by printing off the 90-day action plan, seeing what you weren't understanding. That I don't know if I was just in that mind thought that corporate has so much information out there. We have our team support pages, we have group coaching, but I feel like this is where I dropped the ball. So I'm kind of turning a new leaf and hoping everybody accepts my apology and trying to learn and grow from it. So I have just recently promoted 2 new consultants this week. So Val and Shannon, you're kind of my guinea pigs if you're watching this, that I want to get better at this. So I've actually written down your manager, director, and executive dates, both on my calendar and on my sheet. And I've sent you tools. I've sent you the 90-day action plan. I've sent you the Isagenix Business site so that you know where you can get some training and some learning and some PDFs. That I feel that this is the beginning start for all of us to do better. So with 2 of you here, what I'm looking for is, what would you recommend me changing? Like you being on the other side of this equation, what could I have done better? Or what are you doing that I'm not doing? Or what ideas do you have to improve this situation so that we're all growing from it? So either one of you can jump in first.
I would say I don't know. I originally get a lot of feedback about they don't want to do the business. So I just like overcoming those objections and putting it in their mind right away.
Okay.
Would be the first thing that I would need to probably work on, and that would be helpful for me.
Right. And it's interesting because, corporate talks about it, and a lot of the last couple conferences, they have people raise their hands where they'll say, how many people came in for the business? How many people came in for the products? And it's something like 75-80% of us came in for the products.
Right.
But then because you're having such a great product experience and people are noticing your health improvements and you think everybody should feel this great, then people change their mind and they're like, well, at the very least, I want to get free products. And I've kind of changed some of my wording with my newer people as well. Like, hey, I think everybody deserves to get free products. You don't have to want a business out of this. And our first goal is you hitting your health goal. But then why not get free products? Because then you're also getting free groceries. So it's a double bang for your buck. And then if you want to earn weekly residual income, we can teach you how to do that too. So I think maybe all of us setting that picture from the beginning of, let's work on your health transformation. And then as you're starting to see victories, or even you can phrase it from a different position of, what are some accountability partners? I mean, think about it. We all go to the gym better when we know we're going to have a partner at the gym. And you could position it from the get-go. Do you have any accountability partners, 2 friends who want to do this with you that you can guys hold each other accountable and help each other on this journey? And if that doesn't work, then you could take that position of, hey, let's get you free food. And then if you want to go beyond free food, we can work on that too. So that's a good point, is just reframing it from the start, maybe setting different expectations from the beginning.
Yeah.
What else? Ron, do you have any input?
I like where you went with that, because I feel the same way. I feel like, people are coming in and they're saying, I don't want to do it as a business, and I think I'm giving up on them too soon.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I could phrase it differently. So as far as what you're doing, Jody, I think you are doing all the right things. I don't think that I am doing the right things. I feel like I've dropped the ball, not you.
Well, and it's probably a little bit of both, but it is really, it's like parenting, is we want to model for everybody. And so, it starts with me, that I'm taking some ownership and responsibility in it. But in that, you're right, everybody has to take accountability for their own actions. So I kind of look at, well, I'm taking this ownership. And then if you guys, look at things you could either do differently or better, then great. Then you're taking ownership. And then now let's make a shift. Like, what can we do better? So one of the things I am doing is a new letter that as soon as they go out to consultant, and I attached that letter in everybody's email that I sent to them individually. So you guys have a copy of that. Jill just asked me to print out a copy of this new membership checklist. So I will also post that, so that if you guys aren't using some type of tracking to keep track of your new enrollments, that you have a tracking sheet for that as well. And then I really think in that modeling, it is that speed of the leader, speed of the pack. So we should all be consistently doing those action items. We should all be in an ISA body. We should all be on coaching calls, whether it's mine, Cindy's, both of them. We should all be enrolling. We should all be holding sip and samples. And yours is coming up this week, isn't it, Rhonda?
Yes, it's Thursday.
Yay! You'll have to let us know how that goes. So, just like we tell our kids, we want to be doing it, not a do as I say, not as I do. We want to be doing it too as leaders. And so that is the second part of taking part of this ownership, is, are we all walking the steps? Are we doing what we're supposed to be doing, to then have them looking at us going, oh yeah, I need to do that too. And then they see that it's possible, and I'm going to put you on the spot here, Jill, that, I did a call to action to leaders of, please post your 30-second story. And what was most interesting to me is that some of the season's leaders were a little nervous about posting their 30-second story. And Jill said, well, I'm nervous about posting it. And I'm like, really? Because you've been around a while now. That totally took me off guard. And yet she went out of her comfort zone, did her 30-second story, and you won the e-shots. Which, hey, wait.
Yeah, congratulations.
Wait. Thanks. We're videotaping live. Everybody give a woohoo! Woo! So, Jill,
Jody,
congratulations. There's
yes.
your e-shots.
Awesome.
But it's simple things like that. Are we modeling it so they can do it? And that's probably the first step when they start getting results. Are we teaching them how to do the 30-second story? I was deer in the headlights. I'll never, in fact, you're going to laugh. The first person who commented and said something to me and I was speechless and didn't know what to say was Kristen Koski. And I will never forget it because I was doing a Tastefully Simple party and I was still selling Tastefully Simple. So I couldn't be linked to Isagenix. And I was setting up and she came in, she's like, oh my gosh, you look fantastic. What are you doing? And I was like, I can't answer this. Like, what am I supposed to say? And so we don't want to put our team members in that position. We want them before somebody says, hey, you look great. What are you doing? We want them to be able to answer. So maybe besides that letter that I sent, that's another first step. And I'm just kind of talking out loud with you guys. Like, okay, are we doing our due diligence? Are we teaching them how to do the 30-second story? Because people are going to notice. It's a physical transformation. So maybe, each leader being more intentional about that, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's offering group challenges, but having them prepared, so they're not so stunned. Any other ideas on how we can improve this, really making stronger teams and building more consultants and hitting crystal runs?
I wish I knew the answer to that.
Okay. Well, I will say this. I know, Rhonda, you are going for that crystal executive. So with us flipping the calendar to May 1st tomorrow, we literally have 27 days because it was 4 weeks from yesterday. And since I hit crystal director, I am going to go for that crystal executive as well. So whoever else wants to join Rhonda and me going for that crystal executive, I think we all need to encourage and push each other and really see what we can do to hit that finish line. And an interesting thought that I had, I've had it for a while and I keep meaning to do like a power post on it and I forget, is somebody said to me once, when you see a finish line, do you run up and stop at it or do you run through it? And then they said, think of a track meet, think of the Olympics. You never see sprinters doing the 100-yard dash running up to the finish line and stopping. They run through the finish line. And that was like this huge epiphany to me. I'm like, are we running through or are we stopping? Or are we stopping short? Are we tripping up and not getting up? And so I really want to encourage us to not just get to that finish line, but let's run boldly through the finish line and finish strong. So that is my words of encouragement to end out our call. Is there anything else that either of you guys want to add?
Congratulations on your promotion to director.
Thank you. And I was excited because I ended up last night with not 6, but 7 consultants by the end of the night. So I did run through and I'm looking for 3. And oddly enough, they're kind of even. So I'm 4 and 3. So trying to make that crystal executive of the 5 and 5. I know when Randy and I hit it under his account, we were 4 and 2, or 4 and 2. So it was harder to catch up one side. So I feel a little more comfortable being closer to even.
But isn't this crystal executive, it doesn't matter where they're at?
I don't know. I don't know if I misunderstood that or not. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I don't know that. And I think that's it for today. So thank you for logging on. And if anybody is watching the recording of this and it has not been 8 p.m. Central Time yet, please know that Cindy has her group coaching calls. She's really looking for more people to log into that as well. And what she's been doing for the month of April, and I'd have to actually look back at my list and see who it is because I don't know off the top of my head, but she's been interviewing 7-figure income earners every week. And for some reason, I think it's Laura Stevens tonight, but I'll find out on the mastermind call here soon. That if you have never logged into Cindy's calls, they are every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central. She interviews dynamic leaders, and the interviews last about 30, 40 minutes. So I would highly encourage you and your team to log in to her interviews with these other leaders. And the link for that is on ISA for Wealth. And I try and remember to put it on Shooting Stars as well, but for sure it's on ISA for Wealth. And I actually think it's her pinned post at the top, so you should see it right away. So tonight, 8 p.m. is her next interview. and hopefully you guys can join us on there as well. All right?
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, everybody have a great day, and we will chat later.
All right.
Okay, Rhonda, I'll
Bye.
talk with you on Thursday.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.